Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new in this channel, my name is Blessing. You are welcome to this channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you'll be notified. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make a female dashiki, and this is what I'm putting on now. So guys, if this sounds like what you want to learn, definitely keep on watching and let's go. So here is the fabric I will be working with. It's called brushman, okay, and I have a 1.5 trouser length here, so I will be using this for this material. Now I will first of all fold both the back and the front together. So guys, I have folded my fabric. The front is at the top and the back is at the bottom part. You can see that I folded it on fold, both the back and the front on fold, okay. So the difference here is that the back is longer than the front. You can see the back at the down part and the front at the at the upper part here. So the back is, the difference is 4 inches there. So now I will just take it like this. I will bring this, the front, the upper part of it. So I drag the front to be as equal to the down part like this. So guys, now the back and the front is equal at the upper part. There, so the next thing, the first measurement I will be taking is to take my neck measurement, my shoulder measurement, sorry, my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then I will mark it here like this. That is my shoulder measurement. Then from the shoulder measurement, I will mark where my sleeve, my length of the sleeve. So I decided to mark 5 inches here and add extra 2 inches for my hemming allowance for the sleeve, because you are cutting both the sleeve and the bodies together. So I added about 5 inches for the length of my sleeve and 2 inches for the hemming of my sleeve, which is my seam allowance for the sleeve. So now I will just go ahead to mark my neck width, just the neck width first. For now I will mark the neck width, which is 3 inches here. So after marking my 3 inches, I will come over to the length of the sleeve like this. I will come down by 1.5 inches for my shoulder slope. Then after marking my 1.5 inches for my shoulder slope, I will connect it down to the neck width like so, to the 3 inches we mark for the neck width. I will just rule it with a straight ruler. I will rule it down to the 3 inches like this. So guys, I've done connecting the lines from the shoulder slope down to the neck width. So I will go ahead to cut it out. The reason why I'm doing this, the reason why I drag the front to the upper parts for the back, is because the shoulder slope must be corresponded with the front, okay. So I will just cut it like this so that the shoulder slope, both the back and the front, will correspond together, okay. That is the reason why I drag the down part to the upper part, so that I will have a corresponding shoulder slope here. By the time I want to join both the back and the front together, it will not give me an issue. So that is why I drag the front to the back. Normally the back normally higher than the front on the upper part, not the down part, okay. That is why I drag it. So I've cut it out now. Now the next thing I will be doing is just to drag the front down to the back, to correspond to the back, okay. You know the back is higher than the front at the down part. So now I will drag the front now to be equal level for the back, so that the allowance for the back will be at the top, not the down part, okay. So this is me trying to arrange it. So you can see that the upper part now for the back is higher than the front, and our shoulder slope is well cut, okay. So now the next thing I will be doing is you can see that the next thing I will be doing is to fold the back to the front, okay, to overlap the back, the excess of the back to the front, okay. I will overlap it by 1/2 inch. Okay, the overlapping will be half an inch on the down part. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say here. I will use half an inch, like the inches that we use to join these two together by half an inch. I will use it to overlap the down part. Okay, then after that we'll just go ahead to iron it so that it will look straight. Now I've ironed it, you can see it's straight now. So now the first thing is just to take my length. First of all, so the first vertical measurement I will be taking is from my shoulder there down to my waistline, which is 16 inches. Here is my waistline. Although we are not marking our waist measurement here, I'm just using this for a guide. Then after waistline, I will come over to my hip line, which is from shoulder to hip line is 24. That is what I normally use, but if you are tall, you can go ahead to use 25, okay? So from there, I will come over to my chest line, which is 9 inches. This chest line is how wide I want the round sleeve to be. You can as well come down by 10 inches if you want the round sleeve to be very wide, okay? So this is me trying to connect my line, and the full length of this gown is 14 inches. I went ahead to mark 42 inches, 2 inches for my hemming allowance. So this is me trying to cross check if my 9 inches is corresponded. So this is my chest line, my waistline, my hip line, and the full length of this gown. So now guys, I will come over to this chest line here, and I will divide my bust measurement divided by 4. Then I will mark what I have. Then after marking my bust measurement, I will mark half inches for my ease, okay, and 1 inches for my seam allowance. The ease we are talking about here is how free you want it. If you want your gown to be more free, you can add as 1 inches for your ease and add your seam allowance to join the both back and the front together. Very compulsory. Add your ease because ease is different from seam allowance, okay? So now I will copy what I have on this chest line down to my waistline. What I have on the chest line, I will copy everything for my waistline as well. So now I will mark what I have on the chest line to the waistline. So now I will come over to my hip line here and divide my hip. I will divide my hip measurement by 4, divided by 4. Then I will mark what I have here also, okay? After marking what I have, I will add my half inches for ease and 1 inches for my seam allowance. Like I said, if you want your gown to be very free, go ahead to add 1 inches for your ease and also add 1 inches for your seam allowance, making it 2 inches, okay? Then here I will also mark I will copy what I have on this hip measurement down for my hemming line, okay? So now this is how it looks. Now the next thing I will be taking here is I'm marking my shoulder measurement again. Then I'm also marking the length of the sleeve plus the 2 inches seam allowance, okay? Then I will mark a straight line down to the chest line like this, a straight line, using a straight line. I will just, from this line here, from the upper part, I will draw a straight line, which will be our sleeve opening, okay? This is the part that the hand will pass through. Remember, we are cutting both the sleeve and the buttons together. So that is why I'm connecting it like so. So this is me trying to connect the main buttons. You can see that I've connected my chest line to my hip line. Then I'm from the hip line to the hemming part here like this. Then I will just roll it together. So on this chest line here, I come down by 2 inches. From the chest line, I come down by 2 inches. Then I will connect from this line to the 2 inches as a kind of curving way. You can use your French curve if you cannot curve it with free hand.
I just decided to use my free hand. Not that I don't have a French curve. I have, but I just decided to use my free hand on this one here. So you can see that I've connected it to meet the 2 inches like this. So now basically we are done with this particular one here. So now I will move over to my neckline. So guys, now for the neckline, remember we marked 3 inches before we connected our shoulder slope. So I will come over here and mark my 3 inches here. Then I will mark it down to the down part. Remember we folded the excess at the up part, at the down part, which is the back. We folded it to meet the front part. Okay, so now we'll connect the 3 inches. I'll connect it down to the front. You know the front is shorter now, so I'll connect it down to the front. Then I will take my measure. Guys, I will take my neck width now, this folded area for this back. So I will take my measurement from the folded area down to 3 inches for the front. You can see that I've marked my 3 inches from the fold area down to 3 inches for the front. Remember that the back is longer than the front by 4 inches, and I folded it. So after folding it, I will mark from there down to the depth of the neck, the front neckline. So I've connected it. You can see that I've connected it like this. Then the next thing I will be taking is to cut it out. I will first of all cut the back. I will open the allowances like this. Then I will follow the lines that I ironed, which is the line. I will follow it and cut the back. This line here, I will cut it out and correspond it to the width of the neckline. Okay, just curve it like so. You curve it, so not like a focal now. Just cut it and curve it at that part. Curve it to correspond to the neck width. Okay, then see, you can see that I've cut it out. Then I will follow that line down to the neck, to the front neck width. Okay, because the neck to the front neck depth, because the neck width, both the front and the back must correspond to each other. So you can see that the width, they are corresponded, while for the depth, the front is higher than the back. Okay, hope you are understanding what I'm explaining here. So the next thing I will be taking is to just cut the other parts. So guys, we have done with this. So the next thing I will be taking is to cut out the facing. Okay, so now this is the front part. I will just fold the I will fold this other fabric here as extra fabric. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say here. This is another fabric entirely. I'll fold it into two like this and bring the front part and place it, the folded part meeting the folded part, which is the center front. I will place it like this. Then copy the neckline to the down part. Okay, so guys, now I've cut it out. I've traced the front, the main fabric to the facing. Then I will make sure that the length of the shoulder is corresponded, as in is as the same length, it has the same length with the front. Okay, so now I will just measure from the neck width like this down to about 7 inches. Then I will take it like so. Then I will curve it down to the shoulder or the sleeve length. The reason why I cut it like so for the sleeve length is that for the shoulder, so that if we want to just join the shoulder for the facing, we will join it in a neatly way. Okay, when we get to that part, I will explain more better there. Okay, so this is it. I've cut it out. This is how the facing looks like. Then
I will do the same thing to the back part as well. So guys, before I will sew this part here, I will first of all fold this front into two, then iron it and look for the midpoint for the front. I will do the same thing to the 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 facing. I will fold it like this into two to look for the midpoint, then I will iron it. Now I've ironed it, you can see that it's laying flat there. Then I will come down by 5 inches. For this particular one, I come down by 5 inches for the slit opening for the front, so that my neck can pass through the neckline. Can as well come down by 5 inches, by 6 inches. The reason why I iron the center front is for me to have a straight line like this if I want to cut at the front slits. Okay, that is why I iron it, for me to find the midpoint and in a straight way. So you can see that I've done that. I'll just take it to my table, to my machine, and sew it. Okay, so guys, I have joined both the facing and the main fabric together. I've joined it and I have well ironed it, but for the sleeve here, I went ahead to torch stitch it. Okay, I didn't sew it inside. After sewing my neckline, I turn it outside and I torch stitched both the facing and the main fabric together. Now after this, I will bring out my placket. Okay, I'll bring out my placket to put on this slit here, but in my next video I will make a video on that. Okay, because of time I didn't record this part here, but I promise in my next video I will make a video on how to make a placket for for dashiki like this. Okay, you can see I've made this one here. This is the shorter one that I will place on the opposite side of where I will attach my placket. So now I will wear it like this. I will open it up and place the the main fabric in between the placket and take it to my sewing machine and stitch. So guys, I have done stitching. You can see how beautiful it is, and this is the main placket. You can see I've done that, but in my next video I will make a video on how to do it. So now I will open it up like this. Okay, and place the main fabric in between these two like this. You will place it in by 0.5 inches. Okay, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So you open up the placket like this and place the main fabric inside. You place the main fabric inside like this. So you enable that this part here corresponds with the other part. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say here. So you open it and place it by 0.5 inches. Then after placing it by 0.5 inches inside like this, in between the placket, then I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew a very clean and neat sewing here. Okay, a very clean sewing at the edge, close to the end, so that your work in this particular part here will be very neat. Okay, you remember we ironed the middle, the center front. You can see the line there. So you just follow the line to have a straight line. Okay, so after you take it to your sewing machine and sew round like that, and to meet the where the slit ended, then you torch stitch that part there. You just torch stitch it there. Then after torch stitch it to lock that part, I don't know if you understand. Then after locking, then this is how it comes out after sewing it. I've sewed it and this is how it comes out. So now I've went ahead to make a design. First of all use a chalk to draw out my design before I will attach what I want to attach to it. This is the inspiration I'm using for this pattern here. So now guys, I will go ahead to bring the pattern. This is a fabric, this is a doll face that I folded. So I will follow the line that I mark. Okay, so guys, this is how it comes out after sewing on it. So I've just followed the mark that I drew. Okay, so the next thing is to bring out the back and
the front together. I will place right side meeting right side, both the back and the front, right side meeting right side. So you remember that I said the facing, I cut the facing for the neck width, as in for the neck. I cut it down to the sleeve. So the reason is that I can able to achieve a neat work here for the shoulder, so the sewing of the shoulder. So I open up the back of the back, for I open it up and I place the I place the front neckline in between the shoulder and the in between the back main sleeve and the facing. So this is how it comes out after sewing. So you can see how neatly it is. You can see the other side is very neat. You can see the inside of it is very neat, right? So guys, the next thing I will be doing is to fold my sleeve. The sleeve, remember we added 2 inches to our sleeve length. So I will first of all fold in half an inch, then use the remaining 1.5 inches to fold it again. Then after folding, I will place my hemming gum in between like so and iron it up using a steam iron to iron it up. So guys, I will come back to show you how it looks like after I'm done. So guys, this is how it comes out. You can see that it's very neat. I didn't stitch it and it comes out very beautiful. So this is how it comes out. It's very beautiful and it's very okay. This is the inside. I will just go ahead to turn it to the other side so that you will be able to see it. You can see the outside of it is very neat there. So guys, that is it. So guys, the next thing we'll be doing is to bring out both the front and the back together like this. Remember we added 1 inches for seam allowance. Then I will use that 1 inches to stitch from the up down to the hem part. Okay. So guys, here it comes out. I've stitched the two together so you can see that, and I went ahead to fold the hemming part as well. You can see that it's very neat. I fold it and I sewed it. I sewed a very clean sewing here so that it come out nice. This is how it looks like. Okay, so guys, this is how it is. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any interesting video from this channel. So this is it. I've turned it over and you can see how beautiful this gown comes out. So I will go ahead to put it on and see the final look. But before then, I will go ahead to place this pin to this Placket. I will use my needle and thread to attach this inside like this so that it can be able to, I can be able to press it down so I will not be opening when I put it on. Okay, so I will take my needle and thread to attach it to it. Okay, so guys, let's go there. Let's see how it comes out. So guys, this is how it comes out. This is how it looks on me. Very beautiful and sweet, right? So hope you like this video, and if this video is helpful to you, please give us a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about in the comment section, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I promise to try my best to bring out, I will try my best to give you the latest. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Bye. See you in my next video.